What's up? It's Aunt J, your future favorite visual storyteller, coming live from the other side of fear. And today I want to take y'all through my 24-hour music video challenge. I tell you right now, failure's a teacher, and this was a lesson learned. So I want to start by just talking about why it went from a traditional music video that takes weeks, months, whatever, to a 24-hour music video. I really just wanted to challenge myself to just put something out into the ether. And I did, but it didn't happen the way I thought it would. Complete failure. So I take up through, in this episode, through the pre-production and the production, and then I do an episode next week about production and the lessons learned. As you can see in this mood board, it has multiple different colors. You see the greens, the blue, a little bit of orange in there. And that's when it started as a traditional music video that I was gonna take weeks to make. When I changed it, I went down to just 3 scenes. And as you can see Homegirl at the top in the white and the black and white, fire picture. You see some of the darker images. And those are the ones I wanted to focus on. I wanted to kind of focus on like a dichotomy, a white and a black. So the cameras I used on this set are the Sony FX30 as my main camera. That's what I shoot for just about everything. I actually really love this camera. It has autofocus, so that kind of mitigates that going back and forth when you're shooting alone. And then I shot on a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera as my behind the scenes camera, and it died. Talk about the wardrobe, I really just wanted to give it this like ultra luxury. But keep it me. I'm a very simplistic person. I love just a nice black and white suit with just a nice little chain. So that's what I did. Just straight slick black with the white shirt, white turtleneck. Ooh, that on fire. So the first problem we run into is spacing. I shot this in my mama's garage, and there wasn't a whole lot of space for me to maneuver in there. Also, I don't have a full white wall, I don't have a full black wall in order for the light and dark scenes to work. So I had to just put up a white fabric backdrop, and then I have to extend it out in post. And we'll talk all about that in the next episode. Problem 2 that we face is that I'm shooting this alone. So how can I be both behind the camera and in front of the camera? That is a problem that a lot of visual storytellers face, is when I don't have a subject, I'm the subject. So with that problem comes a few different sub-problems underneath that. First, lighting. I'm not shooting on the same base. I have an Amaran, I have a Nan light, I have a Yukoye Wan light, I have a Zihun light. Like, there's no, I don't know what I'm trying to say, synchronicity? Yeah. There's no synchronization between these lights. There's different apps for every single one of them, and it just makes everything more difficult because I have to go in, tweak the lighting, go back, see how it looks on my skin. You'll see I have an assistant in there, but that assistant don't look like me. So I had to look and see how it looks on my skin every single time I go back and forth. And the second problem that you face is that back and forth, just constantly going from the camera to position, it's just constantly going back and forth. So the best way to remedy that problem is to just cover your bases, shoot the scene as many times as you can, as many times as your memory card allows, and just keep it pushing. Get 3 different angles from wide, get 3 different angles from medium, get 3 different angles from close, and just keep it pushing. All right, so I'm gonna send y'all down at the set and let y'all see what we had going on. So here we are at problem number 1. Everybody say hello to my assistant right here. He's gonna be the one helping me get my focus the entire time. So, as I said before, I'm not in a studio space, so I don't have a lot of space. I'm not using paper backdrops, I'm using fabric. As you can see, I ironed those out. But there's not a lot of space. So what I have to do here is just make sure what I'm doing isn't so big, but it's still dramatic enough that it's getting picked up the energy on camera. That's what I'm looking for. That's all I need. And then in Photoshop, we're gonna extend the background and stuff. All right, so we got light 1 in here. It's gonna be our hair light. Kinda, can't get it quite far enough over right now. because as I said, I'm working with what I got. So, you know, it is what it is. But this, honestly, I don't mind it too much. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like the dramatics in it, you know? But we got light 2 in here, and it's a little bright. It's a little bright. I was thinking about having the other light above, but like, I don't think so. I think we're gonna just rock with how we got it right now. We have a third light that I'm about to add in right now. It's gonna be just the top down or the bottom light. Just adding in some fill at the bottom. If it turns on. This motherfucker hot in here. Yeah, I don't know how this looks. I can't see it, so we gonna see. My man, I think your job done, my guy. I think this is the lighting setup. I think this will be the one. I think this will look a lot better on my skin than it do on his skin. You know what I'm saying? He a little light bright. You know what I'm saying? So, gonna go ahead and move you out the way, bro. Look at me. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break real quick because I haven't ate anything all day, and that's my next thing. I'm about to smack me down some chicken nuggets and then keep going about shooting. We only have about 2 hours left with this setup, and then we'll have to break it down. And I have a podcast that I'm doing with my homeboy Aaron and Andrew, and we're gonna talk about music and the culture on Black community, impact on Black community. As you can tell, I'm hungry still and tired. And yeah, we gonna rock it out, and then we're going to the next part of the shoot. All right, so that podcast lasted a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. So we're behind by about an hour, but we're gonna catch up. We got a little bit of light left since it's the summer, so we're gonna take our time, try to get this nice little golden hour, hopefully. But it might be a lot of trees out there now that I'm thinking about it. Damn. All right, well, we got extra light anyway that we're gonna bring, so bump it. We're gonna make it rock. We're gonna make some shake. But yeah, so right now we're gonna just tape up this money and see what happens, you know? Back to current end. Unfortunately, my behind the scenes camera died. I was shooting on Blackmagic, and yeah, the battery's not that great. And I was running low on time. It was getting dark. I just had finished the podcast, and I didn't have a lot of time left to keep setting up a beat cam. So you're gonna get me and a few different stories going by on Instagram, what I just quickly made throughout the day. So just breaking down this Black scene, I had to cut out all of this money, tape it to fishing wire. It came out fire, absolutely fire. But this was the time killer of a lifetime. There was absolutely no way I was gonna be able to finish this in 24 hours because I had to paint out every single wire. Going back, if I had a chance to, I would have done it differently. I probably would have just thrown the money in the air and just went on a super high shutter speed and just let it fall, then freeze the frame kind of thing. Or I would have just did what I did with the extending the white background, and I would have just AI'd the money in, because honestly, like, anything is better than just absolutely killing time. However, it came out fire, so I can't complain too much. As I said at the top of this, failure is a teacher, and this was a lesson painstakingly learned. But listen, don't run away from this feeling. This was something that I don't think I could have finished if I didn't just mash the gas to the floor and just go. I think I would have gotten distracted by a different project, or maybe it would have got hard and maybe I would have shut down. It doesn't really matter. Because I did finish it, because I did press the gas down. So I advise you, just go out and do it. Just go out and shoot. With that being said, if anything inspired you, if you liked anything, if you saw a shot that you was like, yo, I gotta try that shot out, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, we'll talk about some post-production and painstakingly painting out wires for hours on end. Next time, be safe.
Watch the money fall, watch the money fall. Too many niggas act like they knew something about me.